Hello everyone, Ncert here and welcome to my lecture. Here in this lecture, I am going to explain one of the most important topic of mathematics. There is not any branch where this concept is not applied or not used. So, this topic plays the important role in each and every branch of mathematics. So, listen carefully and let us start the video. The topic is sets. Okay. Sets. So, first of all we will go through the definition, and from the definition and we will proceed step by step so that you will get my idea. So, listen carefully and be attentive. Okay. So, set is what? A well defined collection of objects. Well defined collection of objects. The word well defined plays the important role in the definition of sets. Well defined, which can be defined properly. So, what do you mean by well defined collection? Suppose if I will ask you that mention 3 best actors of Bollywood, then obviously your answer will be ready. That means we have the idea about the different actors of Bollywood. Among all those actors, obviously we will select 3 according to our opinion. So, if you will ask me that mention 3 best actors of Bollywood, then obviously I will mention Amir Khan, okay, Shah Rukh or Ranveer Singh, okay, Ranveer Singh, 3 different actors. So, according to my opinion, these 3 will be considered the best one. But if I will ask you people one by one, then obviously Amir Khan, according to me, Amir Khan is the best actor, but according to you people, he may not be the best one. That means, if you have written the answer randomly, then if I will check your copies, then the collection of 3 best actors will be different from person to person. তোমালোকৰ সবৰে আনসাৰ বিলাক বেলেগ বেলেগ হোৱাৰ চান্স আছে। যেটো বস্তু বা যিজন এক্টৰক মই বেষ্ট বুলি কৈছো, that actor may not be best according to you people. But this collection is not well defined. এই collectionটো well defined নহয় তেতিয়াহলে। What type of collections is not considered as well defined, which cannot be defined properly, or where the elements or objects of the collection will be differ from person to person. Zibila collection or object bilak, these are known as objects of this collection. Jetia object bilak person to person vary koribo, he collection bilak ketia well defined collection hobo nuare. So, if I will ask you that natural number less than 4, natural number less than 4, we know that counting numbers are known as natural numbers, and natural numbers are started from 1. Then obviously without having any doubt we will mention that 1, 2, 3, these are the elements which are less than 4, as well as they are natural numbers. But this is the collection will not vary person to person. A collection to kintu ejonar pisot ejon ke vary nokore. If I will ask this question, natural number less than 4, wherever I will ask, if I will ask the question in section A, in section B, in section C, or all over the world, anywhere of the world, the answer will be same. That means 1, 2, 3. That means this collection is not varied. A collection to ketao vary nokore. If I will ask you how many vowels are there in our English alphabet, then without having any doubt, then obviously we can say that yes sir, we have 5 vowels in our English alphabet. If I will ask the question somewhere all over the world, anywhere of the world, answer will be remain same. But if I will ask 3 best actors of Bollywood, if I will ask the question in section A, answer will be different. If I will ask the same question in section B or anywhere from India, then answer will be different. That is why it is not a collection of well defined objects. To be well defined, objects should be distinct and it should be well organized. Object bilak distinct hobo lagibo and properly define কৰিব পাৰিব লাগিব তনে person to person vary কৰিব ন যেনেকৈ vowelৰ কথাটো what are the vowels a e I o u without having any doubt we can easily say the answer but it will not vary person to person it goes answer to get vary নকৰে that's why it is a collection of well defined object and suppose let us consider familiar example it will help you those who are watching my video jibilake mo video to sai asa if I will ask you how many handsome boys are there those who are watching my video kiman ta handsome lora asa jine ki mor video to sai asa in a generally aina khon mukhor agot lole to sobe handsome hoy but remember some objectives are there handsome or tumar actually original okat to that means moi handsome hoy na hoy ekhon field lole ohar pisore gom pa jay so actually ki hoy tumi nijoke handsome boli bhabilo tumi bhal loga kunu bai tumak handsome boli na bhabibo pare that means some objectives are there just like as handsome beautiful good bad talented worst all those objectives are not well defined that means using these objectives you cannot define a well defined collection because the boy which is handsome according to someone he may or may not be handsome by the other one also the girl which is beautiful according to someone jijoni swalik moi bhal lekhisu hejoni swalik tumalke bhal ne dekhibo para that means beautiful or definition to person vary kore so the sentence or collection which contains some this type of objects or adjectives the collections are not well defined for example four beautiful actress of Bollywood then obviously according to me first of all I will give the opportunity to Deepika Padukone then Aishwarya Rai like that I will give the 4 but Deepika Padukone may not be beautiful according to someone else according to him or her Rani Mukherjee may be beautiful kotha to koisu moi so that means these collections is not properly defined it will vary from person to person that's why these collections are not known as well defined collection so remember that tumalake bostu to bujhiba lage je jetia whenever a question will be asked its answer will be differ from person to person then it is not well defined aru jodi well defined nohoy tetia hetu keteo set hobo nore now come to this point once again natural number less than 4 it is a set because it is a well defined collection or you can say that its answer will not vary from person to person but it is not a well defined collection ar jeta tumi eta well defined collection paba objector whenever you will write down all those elements these are known as elements of set these are known as elements so if I will write down these elements inside the curly bracket then it will represent a set otherwise it will not represent a set it is a well defined collection natural number less than 4 just we have mentioned the elements here but it is not a set to be a set the elements should be written inside the curly bracket set hobor karone element bila curly bracket or bhitor likha to joruri and remember commas should be there in between them tahator majot kintu comma to malike likhibo lagibo it is not a set do you know why because it is not well defined 3 best actors of Bollywood it is not well defined Amitabh Bachchan is not here because according to me Amitabh Bachchan is the best one but Amitabh Bachchan is not there so according to me it is not a well defined collection it is varied from person to person so what do you mean by set means what it is a well defined collection of object well defined collection of object whenever we have a well defined collection suppose natural numbers less than 5 so obviously the elements will be 1 2 3 4 so whenever we will write down inside the curly bracket then it will represent a set and remember each and every set should be represented by a capital letter prottektu setor eta naam thake and it will be represented by a capital letter from A to Z any capital letter will be used to represent a set okay first of all curly bracket should be there comma should be there in between them and remember element should not be repeated ketao element bilak repeat nokor eta moi suppose kolu natural number less than 5 tumi enake likhibo nwariba 1 2 3 4 enake likhibo nwariba here you have written 1 2 times this is just like as this one only eketai hoy set ami hekane eta element dubar repeat nokoru etu sete hoy no doubt but repetition generally not allowed repeat korilo tumi jehetu eketa setoke jehetu he represent kore, so it will be better for us no need to repeat the elements. Okay, so these are the elements, and remember that elements are always represented by small letters. Elements are always represented by small letters. Elements are always represented by small letters. From A to E, A to Z, any small letter can be used to represent the elements. And to give the name to the set, kintu setor naam dibole hole tumaleke must be capital letter use koribo lagibo. Napahoriba kothato. Now come to this one symbol. Okay, one another is cardinality. Cardinality of a set, or you can say that cardinal number. So what do you mean by cardinality or cardinality of a set or cardinal number? This is nothing but number of, remember, number of elements of the set. Cardinality of a set means number of elements set. Here A is a set. How many elements are there? 4. That's why cardinality, that means n of A, cardinality of the set. Or you can say that cardinal number. Cardinal number is nothing but a number which represents number of elements of the set. So n of A is equal to what? 4. Here in this case n of A is equal to 4. Correct? So it is also represented by cardinality of A. Same representation. Either you will get n of A, or somewhere you may get this one, or you may get cardinality of A is equal to 4. These are representations. N of A is equal to 4, cardinality of A is equal to 4, or card of A is equal to 4. Cardinality means what? Number of elements of the set. Okay. Now another example. Let us consider a set which contains 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 are 4 elements, and the name of the set is capital A, and curly bracket is there. That's why it is a set. Okay. Oh, eta kotha monot porise. Do you have copy? Tumalokor copy loisane baru ne ini generally YouTube or comedy videos swali khake sai asa. So ade prothom kotha tu hol bostu bilak note down kori jabo lagibo. Hekane whenever you are going to watch any video provided by from the college or somewhere, always try to bring one copy with you and just to note it down the important things. Nohoba to janai ami beya pale ki hobo, teachers bilake beya pale to ki condition hoy tumalok to janai. আমি আগৰ দিখেকে এই অভিশাপবিলাক নিদু আৰু যে জাটা মুখো, বাট ফ্ৰম বটম অফ আৱাৰ হাৰ্ট আমাৰ মনৰ ভিতৰৰ পৰা কিবা ওলাই যাব পাৰে। সো আজিকালি মডাৰ্ণ যুগত ন, সো আমাৰ মনৰ কথাবিলাক ওলাওতে অলপ মডাৰ্ণ টাইপতে ওলাব, তোমাৰ বেয়া ধৰণে ওলাব পাৰে, আগৰ দিনৰ লিখাকে নহয় আৰু। সো ইটছ ওকে অনলি, জাষ্ট কাম টু মাই পইণ্ট। সো মাই মেইন পইণ্ট ইজ দেট moral of the story is that take out your copy and note it down the important things whatever written on the board. Okay, thank you. It is 4 elements are there. One symbol is there. This one, epsilon, or belongs to. This represents belongs to. Belongs to means what? So remember that here how many elements are there in the set? 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is an element of the set A, 2 is an element of the set A, 3 is an element of the set A, and 4 is an element of the set A. So it will be represented by 3 belongs to A. What does it mean? 3 is an element of the set A. 5 belongs to A, true or false? 5 to A element hoy na hoy? Is there any 5 in the set A? No, so does not belong. Correct. So remember that whatever maybe the symbol will be there on the left hand side of this symbol belongs to symbol or left hand side z symbol e nathakok, whatever may be the symbol will be there on the left hand side of this symbol, it will represent element. I hoday element ok represent koribo. That means this symbol should be there as it is inside the set. Is setor bhitor as it is thakibo lagibo. Then it will be considered as a correct one, otherwise it will not be. For example, Makoba kodisu na. It is set A hoy, this was belongs, whatever maybe the expression will be there on the left hand side or a symbol to left hand side or g symbol thake hi hoda element of represent kore aru element mane a symbol to as it is set to bitor thakibo laibo yar bitor thakibo laibo 3 yar bitor thakibo laibo eta muk koason a belongs to left hand side jitu bostu tumi likhi rakhisa jitu expression likhi rakhisa etu air bitor as it is ase ne a number set to bitor okol 1 ase ne set of 1 ase etu set of 1 dei etu okol 1 ase set of 1 to nai that's why it is false. It false is it. That means it is do not belong. Okay, so remember whatever the expression will be there on the left hand side. Now my question is that 1 belongs to a true or false. It element bojaise 1 to as it is ইয়াৰ ভিতৰত আছে নেছৱা ইয়াত জেনেকে লিখিছো তেনেকে আছে নাই বস্তুটো আছে as it is মই জেনেকে লিখিছো তেনেকে হুমাই আছে কিন্তু এটোটো তেনেকে নাছিলে 3 to as it is আছে 5 is not there. So in this way you can easily find out this one is an element or not. If it is not an element, then you have to cut the belongs to sign. Correct. Very good. So I hope you have got my points. Today we have discussed the basic idea about sets. Set means what? Well-defined collection. Well-defined means which cannot be defined or which can be defined properly. That means no doubt should be there in that collection. I hope you are getting my point. Suppose I will ask you, 3 flowers, 3 beautiful flowers, 3 beautiful flowers. According to, just mention it, 3, the most beautiful flower, the most beautiful flower. The most means only one beautiful flower. According to me, rose is the most beautiful flower. May not be. No hobo to pare. According to you people, rose may not be. According to people, lotus may be the best, most beautiful flower. Am I correct or not? So that collection will vary from person to person. Hey, collection to object to vary korise. Mur karone hey collection to rose thakil. According to you people, lotus thakil. Karobar mote belek kiba thakibo pare. Sunflower thakibo pare maybe. So hey karone jibilak collection or object bilak person to person vary koribo. That collection will not be considered as a well-defined collection. To be well-defined, objects should be distinct and specific. Okay, and what I have told? After mentioning the objects, you have to use curly bracket to represent it, and one capital letter should be written to give the name. Tar naam dibor karone ta capital letter likha to joruri. Comma should be there and repetition not allowed. What is the name of this symbol? Belongs to, or epsilon. You can say that epsilon belongs to. Ki bujai 3 belongs to A. That means 3 is an element of A. আমি ইমান কথা কি নিলিখো 3 is an element of A. আমি তেনেকে নিলিখো 3 belongs to A means 3 is an element of A. 5 is not an element of A. Set of 1 is not an element of A. It is false. 1 is an element of A. Like that you have to mention it. Okay. So I hope you are getting my point. So in the next video I will discuss about the representation of sets. How many different ways we can represent a set. Here only in this way we have written the set, but 2 different ways are there where we can represent a collection. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you.